One of the most self-evident and irrefutable proof for a flat Earth is the undeniably straight and curveless horizon at a very high altitude. The average cruising altitude for commercial airlines is around 36,000 feet, which is roughly 10 kilometers. And as I have mentioned in my previous videos, at this altitude, the left to right total distance of the horizon is anywhere from 350 miles to 450 miles. That's roughly 600 kilometers to 750 kilometers. And that's about the length of Florida without any kind of curve whatsoever, but only the clean, infinitely straight horizon line stretching from far left to far right. I will leave a link down below for these videos where I talk mostly about the left to right straight distance of our horizon at such altitude. Now, this fact of nature alone should disprove the current myth of our Earth being a round, spherical ball planet. Because although it is not impossible to draw a circle using only the straight, curveless lines, it would most certainly require more than a handful of straight lines to successfully draw anything that resembles a circle in the first place. Just look how many straight lines are closely intersected and woven together in all directions to form a smooth edge of a curvature around the circle seen in this diagram. Also, when you consider just how big the state of Florida is in these fake Photoshop images of the Earth by NASA, our logic can only confirm that the massive straight horizon line visible at 36,000 feet or 10 kilometers altitude is a living proof that the Earth is indeed flat and non-spherical. Now, people may be small and tiny like insects crawling upon the vastness of our world, but the human eyesight or the actual field of view can cover large, expansive areas of the land and ocean, which will improve drastically as the weather gets clear and the altitude gets higher and higher, allowing us to see even further and wider. So when people say, oh, the Earth is just way too big for us humans to notice any kind of curvature of the Earth, slowly raise your middle finger and ask them this. Okay then, why can't we observe any sign or even the slightest hint of curvature over 200, 300, or even 450 miles of the vastness of our horizon at 36,000 feet? Is this another one of your mirage? Whatever happened to the 8-inch drop per square mile? At exactly what point does the round, spherical Earth start to curve and slope downward? Now, the average cruising altitude for the notorious U-2 spy planes is around 70,000 feet, roughly 21 kilometers way up in our sky. But unlike the recent high-definition in-flight footages taken by civilians from commercial airplanes, these particular images taken from the U-2 spy planes are virtually all owned and being distributed by the US Air Force government. And of course, much like the images coming from NASA, these government footages of the Earth, taken at extreme altitude, will always use GoPro cameras with heavy fisheye lens distortions to generate a fake, artificial curvature of the Earth in order to suggest and reaffirm that the world must be a giant spherical ball planet. Fortunately though, as GoPro cameras are becoming widely popular around the world, people are demanding more realistic views without the fisheye lens distortions, so we can get a much closer match with what we actually see in real life. Numerous software programs are now available that can cancel out these lens distortions to meet this growing demand. Currently, I'm using a video editing tool called Pt.13, and even this program has its own lens correcting tool and options. So let's first look at these U-2 spy plane footages as they are in their original GoPro fisheye format. As you can see, the vast horizon looks incredibly, almost unnaturally curved and skewed. Not only that, they seem to be extra flexible like dancing waves of the ocean. And this particular waving motion of the horizon is the signature characteristic of a heavy fisheye lens distortion. Same deal here, and here, and also here as well. So let's apply this lens correcting tool onto these distorted, unnatural images and see what happens. This is the original fisheye image. And this is the corrected version. It's the original fisheye image. The corrected version. the original fisheye image. The corrected version. See how enormously flat and level our horizon spread out in all directions? Now if you dig in a little deeper and try to find out the approximate distance to the horizon at 70,000 feet altitude, we get 324.4 miles or 522 kilometers. Again, this is the distance to horizon, and from here we can use the formula described in my previous video, simple and straight paths to flat Earth, in which we simply multiply the distance to horizon figure by 1.7 and 2.1 for the rough range of the horizon length, and the math comes out to be 552 mile to 681 mile, which is 888 kilometers to 1096 kilometers. And just to get a better picture, the top to bottom distance of the United Kingdom is around 646 miles or 1039.1 kilometers. And the top to bottom distance of the entire Korean peninsula is around 684 miles or 1100 kilometers. So, if these massive land areas that cover England, Florida, and both North and South Korea were completely flat and curveless, as witnessed by our own eyes and logic again and again, how the fuck can we explain a round, spherical ball Earth to be our home? Ever?